I'm going to be singing Chi por aquí, chi por allá, en la ranca de Pepito, I-I-I-O. McDonald has been planted, E-I-E-I-O.
Now we are going to focus on stage 3, the multilingual performance completed by upper primary. So those pupils on between P5 and P7, which are the 3 final years in primary education. It is important to note that at the end of the, so we did have 2 performances in 2018, and then a year later, precisely a year later, in November 2019, there was a 3rd performance at the Scottish Parliament. And at this stage in time, at this point in time, the pupils that were enrolled in P7 the previous academic year had now transitioned to secondary education. So the project became cross-sectorial at that point, since we also had these pupils from secondary education. And as I said at the beginning of the project, when we were discussing the prep activities and on the theme language and identity, this project has potential for it to be used in secondary education with the core idea, I think, of implementing translanguage pedagogies in class and celebrating multilingualism and creative safe spaces for our pupils to use their language and to write in their language, to speak their home languages. Yeah, in secondary, the activities, though, need to be adapted. And perhaps I'm going to create a short resource. Well, indeed, I'm creating a short resource to support secondary teaching and learning. So I'm going to go back to our materials. And here we are on P5, P7, and I'm going to bring up the PowerPoint. I cannot because it's not showing me, so bear with me a moment. Here it is. Perfect. So again, as it happened with the songs, we did want to use our body to communicate our message. I would not like for this to play. So, no, before I show you this, yeah, well, you will remember that we do have something called practice card, where you can print and then you have all the script. But also, following the advice of Rebecca, we produced these flashcards that I'm going to show. This is exactly what you find in that practice card, only that you will see that it's a piece of paper and then glued onto some card with a bar glue. Yes, glue bar. Okay, so for those instances where instead, so you see, okay, let me show you. So here it says presenter 1 and the dialogue, presenter 2 and the dialogue, and then we have, for example, Misterioso and the dialogue, the narrator. You also see that the cues are here, jokes. Yep. And when it comes to dialogue, I would like to show you 2 examples. Yeah, is it this one? Yes. So this is when the straw pig, that's the nickname they got, speaks. So here I have Peg is the character that speaks, and their part is bigger, smaller. I can see an F for farmer, and this is the dialogue of the interlocutor. This is complemented by this one. So here I have the matching one, and here I have the farmer. And now when the little pig speaks, is in smaller font, and when the farmer speaks, is in a bigger font. So this helped. Helped confidence before going up the stage and performing. it doesn't take very long because the practice cards already contain this information. It was more a question. I thought that it would be easier to keep the dialogue rather than just giving each actor's lines. And the feedback of the pupils was very positive. They really enjoyed having this and going through it quickly, and it boosted their confidence. One more thing that we did was Rebecca's team. But this is something that when you're working on with your own classrooms, you can do it yourselves. So I think that as part of the project, I would produce the props myself. Here, as I explained earlier, this was a pilot project. We were constrained by time. We were working with a sample of pupils. So we didn't do all the things that I think the project permits doing. So I'm going to show you the houses. This is the straw house. It is a window, so you will see that it's simply cardboard. So that's the straw house, and then when the wolf was blowing, alors je vais souffler, and he was, and I'm blowing. I'm not going to blow because it would be unpleasant for you to hear. And then the pigs were doing like this, no, simulating that the house was shaken with the French wolf blowing. And then the same happened with the wooden house, and this is cardboard as well. And again, when the wolf was saying alors je veux souffler, essouffler, and then the little pigs were shaking their house, which is like a window. And finally, we have the third house, which is the brick house. Obviously, when the wolf was blowing here, this house was not moving because this house was made of brick, and they were all safe. Yeah. So you see that it is quite simple. We did add later this part is also a cardboard just to hold, like as a handle to hold the house. Yes, so this is so we used the card, we made up these props, we also made some logs, wooden logs with cardboard, and we painted them. That part I did at home. So we produced, simple things that communicate a lot, so also there was a conversation about what is it that we can use, only that instead of the pupils producing it, because of time constraints, we did it. So I very much encourage you to have this conversation and produce that. And other things, how did we use language? So with apologies about this. I'm going to go, because I want to show you the song at the very end, that it is about, So the song was a farewell song that we got inspired from YouTube. You see Les Trois Petits Cochons. This is on YouTube. And for example, so here we are singing, Il est grand, il est fou, il est le méchant loup. So because he's grand, et fou, et méchant. So all the kids were doing this, and on stage all our actors, and then the other actors were saying, je veux manger tous les cochons. So we were really communicating a lot to our audience by using our own body as a means to make meaning, to a communication tool. And I think that I'm going to leave it here. And what I'm going to do now is to invite the contribution of our professional singer-actors. So you're going to hear now from Rebecca Cameron. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name's Rebecca Cameron and I'm a drama practitioner and graduate from the Royal Conservatoire of Scotland. I had the absolute honour of working on this project with Eneida, and I have to say, for me, the main thing that excited me was seeing how the children use drama to really connect to the languages and to improve their overall confidence in speaking in the languages as well. When it came to teaching the children the languages is not my forte, but the way that Eneida and I worked was using really simple drama tools. For example, one of the songs they sing throughout the project is Il est bon, il est vous, il est le méchant, méchant loup. So for this we added in moves, like méchant loup, and that helped the children connect to the language that they were speaking in. If you have any children in your class who are particularly confident in using their voice and performing, then it's really great to be able to use these children, which is what we did. We had 1 or 2 pupils in particular that were very confident with the singing and the acting, and the way that these children used their skills to help each other and work together as a collective group through the use of drama and languages was absolutely incredible to see. And you don't need to be a graduate in drama to be able to teach this to the children. It's really simple. So just using small hand gestures or movements or dance moves that will connect to whatever the children are working on. I couldn't believe the different languages that they managed to learn, how quickly they picked it up. And I think a lot of this was down to the fact that the drama really helped them connect to the language, which was amazing to see, really, for me as someone who has a background in drama. It was really unbelievable, and you know, children absorb things so well, and to be able to use their performance skills to connect to those languages and bring the story to life, I just felt was absolutely phenomenal. Things like use of voice, how to pronounce the languages, that was really interesting, because for me to be able to articulate, and articulation is a really important skill in acting, and what we tried to do was use the articulation to help them with learning the languages, which I found was really effective. I hope this really helps you, and I would urge anybody who was looking to do translanguaging and the multilingualism project, I would encourage you to really use the drama tools that you have, and don't be afraid to go for it.